ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादे वश्यताय देशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमपदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नमने गौतसे नमः। वंशकल्पातरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। आज हम लोग को एक्चुअली राधाष्टमी के अवसर पे इकट्ठा होना था। Somehow at last minute, last night, the plan changed. And so does my topic for today changed. I was contemplating on Radhashmi and suddenly everything changed. And I was just wondering what to speak on. So our organizer asked, Prabhuji, क्या करना है? मैंने कहा मुझे तो फिलहाल अभी कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या करना है. I was in the middle of a program. I said, ठीक है, we can have something called as Glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. And then today afternoon when I got time and I began to think about it, then I thought, हमने कृष्णा जन्माष्टमी बनाई, but we didn't had an opportunity so far to really speak about Krishna's appearance. So I thought before we talk about Radharani's appearance, it's important and pertinent we speak about Krishna's appearance. So आज का जो विषय रहेगा वो भगवान श्री कृष्ण के अपीयरेंस को लेकर रहेगा. And I might get a little technical, but let's see how it goes about it. So celebrating appearance of Krishna. जब भगवान श्री कृष्ण के कर्म, क्रिया या जन्म किसी की भी बात आती है, there's so much confusion, bewilderment या विडंबनाएं होती हैं. अगर आप प्रभु राम के जीवन को देखें, बड़ा सरल जीवन था. रामायण के माध्यम से ये विषय हम पहले भी चर्चा कर चुके हैं. I'm not intending to make Krishna versus Ram here, but I'm just trying to make a starting point. प्रभु राम ने अपने जीवन से हमें सिखाया कि कैसे अपने दिए हुए वचनों को पूरा करना चाहिए, और कृष्ण ने दिखाया कि कैसे अपने दिए हुए वचन को तोड़ना चाहिए. So I mean it's very difficult. How can Lord, I mean in your relationship also, would you respect a person? अगर वो कहता है तो करता है. यहाँ भगवान स्वयं अपने दिए हुए वचनों को तोड़ते हैं. And many instances, particularly in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. कई बार लोग प्रश्न उठाते हैं, देखिए राम कितने सरल थे, पिता की इच्छा नहीं थी, सबने मना करा था वन मत जाओ, पर क्योंकि एक बार पिता ने कह दिया है तो वन जाके रहे. और यहाँ पे दुनिया भर के सब लोग कह रहे थे पांडवों को वन भेज दो, पर भगवान माने नहीं. यहाँ तक कि खुद अर्जुन कह रहा था चला जाऊं. पूरी भगवद गीता इसलिए ही कही कि वन ना जाए. बट इंटरेस्टिंगली भगवान राम वन जाकर कोई और उद्देश्य पूर्ण करते हैं, वो था रावण का नाश करना। अगर भगवान राम वन गए ही नहीं होते तो शायद रामायण जिस प्रकार से हम जानते हैं शायद हमें वैसे नहीं मिलती, मदर सीता का अपहरण नहीं हुआ होता, तो वुड हैव बीन डिफरेंट. And in case of Lord Krishna, by encouraging Pandavas not to go to the forest, stay back and fight, demand your kingdom, both of them, Prabhu Ram and Prabhu Krishna, fulfill the purpose of their appearance. भगवान श्री कृष्ण भगवद गीता में कहते हैं हमारे अवतार का उद्देश्य, हमारा मतलब भगवान के अवतार का उद्देश्य क्या है? धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे. सो प्रभु राम ने वन में जाके धर्म की स्थापना करी, भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने पांडवों को वन से जाने को रोककर उसके माध्यम से धर्म की स्थापना करी. प्रभु राम के जन्म की बात को लेते हैं तो वशिष्ठ मुनि जो दशरथ महाराज के प्रीस्ट, फैमिली प्रीस्ट थे, जैसे आप कहानी जानते हैं कि काफ़ी लंबे समय तक दशरथ महाराज का कोई पुत्र नहीं था. एंड ही वाज ऑलमोस्ट गेटिंग एल्डरली नाउ. At that point of time, he pleaded to Vashisht Muni, and a particular kind of yajna was performed. और उस यज्ञ में जो स्वीट राइस आहुति के रूप में अर्पण की गई थी, उसी को तीनों पत्नियों में बांटा गया था, जिसके माध्यम से प्रभु राम का जन्म हुआ. There is some divyata here. But can you imagine how Krishna appeared? हमारे पूज्य परम ईश्वर, परम भगवान, परम पुरुषोत्तम का जन्म काला ग्रह में कैदियों को हुआ. अगर एक मंदेन दृष्टिकोण से देखा जाए तो ना ही तो प्रभु का जन्म सरल है, ना ही प्रभु की लीलाएं सरल रही. So today we're not going to go into the pastimes of his life, but we'll talk about his birth. भगवद गीता 9वें अध्याय 11वें श्लोक में भगवान कहते हैं अवजानन्ति माम मूढ़ा मानुषम तानम आश्रितः परम भावम जानन्ति मम भूत महेश्वरः. जो एक साधारण व्यक्ति होता है, साधारण ही, those who's a fool, अवजानन्ति माम मूढ़ा, मूर्ख आदमी नहीं जानता है मेरे जन्म के रहस्य को. So जन्म का रहस्य क्या है? I mean, Lord appeared. How much his appearance and our appearance is different? You know, he appeared, he had a parents, he had Vasudev and Devaki, we have our own parents. इस चीज़ को लेकर कई सारे प्रश्न उठाए जाते हैं, और एक साधारण व्यक्ति जब इस चीज़ को देखता है वो समझ ही नहीं सकता कि कृष्ण, नरसिम्हा उनके स्वरूप को देख के ही वो लगेगा वो भगवान है. दास्यता का भाव अपने आप आ जाएगा उनके उस रूप को देखकर. प्रहलाद महाराज को बहुत प्रिय लग रहा था, पर माता लक्ष्मी भी देखकर घबराई हुई थी. हमारा तो कहना ही क्या, तो हम भय के मारे सरेंडर कर देंगे, यू नो, नरसिम्हा को. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू कृष्णा, ही इज अ टू-हैंडेड फार्म, looks almost like us. So how do we understand Krishna as a supreme personality Godhead? और साथ ही साथ अलग अलग भक्तों ने उनके इस जन्म और कर्म को लेकर अपने स्वयं संशय प्रकट करें. संशय नहीं कि प्रभु आपकी इन लीलाओं को समझना बहुत मुश्किल है. Let's start with Mother Kunti. We'll establish some contradictions, then we'll take a look at it. Mother Kunti says, let's try to, I'll quote few verses so that we can at least recite some verses. Not many today. Everyone behind me. Janma karma cha vishwatman ajasya karturatmanaha tiryanashishu yadhashu tad atyanta vidambanam. तद अत्यंत विडम्बनम, बहुत ही बिविलरिंग है, बहुत ही जटिल है. जन्म कर्म च विश्व आत्मा, यह तो सुप्रीम पर्सनालिटी, यह तो सोल ऑफ द होल क्रिएशन. अजस्य मतलब अजा, अनबॉर्न. अकर्तु, कर्तु मतलब करना, अकर्तु मतलब यू हैव नथिंग टू डू. आत्मनः, यू आर द एसेंस ऑफ एवरीथिंग. फिर भी तीर्यन नर ऋषि यदहसु, आप अलग अलग स्पीशीज में जन्म लेते हैं. तद अत्यंत विडम्बनम, हे प्रभु ये समझना बहुत मुश्किल है. तो जब बात करी जाती है, सबसे पहले हम बात करेंगे भगवान के जन्म. I'll put it in English, it'll be easy for me. Krishna's birth. Does Krishna take birth? Is it right way to say that birth of Krishna? The moment you say birth of Krishna, then the first thing that comes with birth is karmana daive netrena. जंतु देह उत्पत्ति, मतलब जन्म मतलब कर्म के नियमों के अनुसार जन्म होता है, पर भगवान का तो कोई कर्म ही नहीं है, परंतु भगवान ने जन्म भी लिया है, तो उसका मतलब क्या है? तो उसके लिए आगे कहा गया है 30 स्कंद में। इसी प्रकार से एक और संशय इस प्रकार से कहा गया है, इज डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड। व्हाट इज डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड? कर्म को लेकर कहा गया है, एवरीवन कर्माणि कर्माण्यनिहस्य बहो भवस्यते दुर्गा दुर्गाशयोधारि भयात् पलायनम् कालात्मनो यत् प्रमदायुताश्रमः स्वात्मेनृते खिद्यति धीर्विदां ह्या। खिद्यति धीर विधाम ह्या। आपके जो कृत, आपकी लीलाएं, जन्म कर्म जो है, ये बुद्धिमान से बुद्धिमान व्यक्ति को विडंबना में डाल देंगी। कर्माणि अनिहस्य, आपकी कोई इच्छा नहीं है फिर भी आप कर्म करते हैं। भवो अभवस्यते, यू आर अनबॉर्न, परंतु फिर भी आप जन्म लेते हैं। दुर्गाश्रय थारी भयात पलायनम कालात्मनो, यू आर टाइम पर्सोनिफाइड, टाइम इज ऑल डिस्ट्रक्टिव, यू डिस्ट्रॉय एवरीथिंग, येट आप भय के मारे भाग जाते हैं। यत प्रमदा आयुत आश्रम, आपकी 16,108 रानियां थी, फिर भी आप स्वात्मेन रहते हैं, यू आर सेल्फ सेटिस्फाइड, येट यू हैड सो मेनी वाइफ्स। खिद्यति, इस प्रकार से देखा जाए, धीर विडाम यह, इस प्रकार से ये सब वडमना पैदा करता है, उस प्रकार से बताया गया है। तो यहाँ कहा गया है कि भगवान जन्म लेते हैं, भवो भवस्यते, ही इज अनबॉर्न येट ही टेक्स बर्थ। कर्मणि कर्माणि अनिहस्य, उनकी कोई इच्छा ही नहीं है पूरी करने के लिए, फिर भी वह कर्म करते हैं। तो प्रश्न बनता है सबसे पहले, भगवान का जो जन्म, हम बर्थ की बात करते हैं, जब भी बर्थ की बात होती है तो वहाँ कर्म इन्वॉल्व होता है, पर भगवान का तो कोई कर्म ही नहीं है। तो पहली बात ये कहना कि भगवान का जन्म हुआ है या भगवान अपीयर हुए हैं, उसको हिंदी में कहा जाता है, और संस्कृत आविर्भाव। So Abhibhava and appearance and birth is very much different. And what is the difference? For example, यही भगवान, जैसे माता कुंती ने कहा कि आप अलग अलग स्पीशीज में जन्म लेते हैं, जब वही विष्णु, वही कृष्ण नरसिम्हा देव के रूप में अवतरित हुए, खंबे से अवतरित हुए, we will not call it as a birth of Narasimha. What will call it? Appearance of Narasimha. उसी प्रकार से जब भगवान मत्स्य रूप के अवतार में आए, वराह रूप के अवतार में आए, he took birth in the nostrils of Brahma. Is that what you say? He appeared from the nostrils of Brahma. So इस प्रकार से, I'm just starting up, we'll go on technicalities. अगर उस दृष्टिकोण से देखा जाए, भगवान अलग अलग स्पीशीज में अवतार लेते हैं, अवतरित होते हैं, अपीयर होते हैं। और जब अपीयरेंस की बात आती है तो ओके, लेट मी आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन। चौथा अध्याय, दो बड़े फेमस श्लोक हैं, 7वां और 8वां, उसको हम ज़्यादातर कोट करते हैं, यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य, एंड देन द नेक्स्ट श्लोक, परित्राणाय साधुना। व्हाट इज द श्लोक प्रायर टू दिस? एनीवन नोस? 4.6, या अजोपि सन अव्ययात्मा भूतानि ईश्वरोपि सन प्रकृति स्वाम अधिष्ठाय संभवामि आत्मा माया। तो भगवान कहते हैं जो मेरा जन्म हुआ है, संभवामि आत्मा माया, ये मेरी इच्छा के अनुसार है। अगर आपको कहीं जाना है, यू गो अकॉर्डिंग टू योर विल एंड यू कैन गो इन वॉट एवर वे यू वॉन्ट टू गो, परंतु आपको जब स्कूल बुलाया जाता है तो ड्रेस कोड वैलिड होती है। सो कृष्णा इज नॉट समथिंग कर्म के कारण उनको यहाँ जन्म के लिए जबरदस्ती करी गई हो। He appears, and by his own will he can appear in any and every species. When he can appear in an animal species, why can't he appear in a human species? And if he appears as a human species, पर हमें लगता है वो तो हमारे समान ही है। अवजानन्ति माम हुआ। That's the first point. All right. But the point is, भगवान ने जन्म तो लिया। अब ये कहना कि भगवान का जन्म नहीं होता, he is abhavasya, he never takes birth, but the matter of fact is भगवान ने जन्म तो लिया ना, वासुदेव और देवकी के माध्यम से कालाग्रह में जन्म लिया। तो उसको समझने का मतलब क्या है? So how he appears? इज इट बर्थ और अपीयरेंस? तो वो मैंने समझा दिया है, वो बर्थ नहीं है। बर्थ कर्म फलों के द्वारा होती है, भगवान का कोई कर्म फल नहीं है। भगवान अपने स्वयं इच्छा के अनुसार अवतार लेते हैं। अलग अलग अवतारों की हमने बात करी। दूसरा प्रश्न बनता है, ठीक है आप उसको अपीयरेंस कह सकते हैं, पर जब मुझे भौतिक शरीर प्राप्त हुआ है तो कृष्ण को क्यों भौतिक शरीर प्राप्त नहीं होगा? भाई वो भी तो हमारे जैसा इस दुनिया में आए, उन्होंने कार्य भी हमारे जैसे करे। So how come he cannot be material, but we are said to be material? And this is how what we call as Mayavadis, they raise a question. How come Krishna can be called as God? And we know of Abrahamic traditions, they just cannot accept that the Lord can have a form and that Lord can ever appear in this creation, because then it means he is like us, material. So, how do we understand that Krishna's birth is not material? जब इस विषय के ऊपर हमें उत्तर ढूंढना है, so the only way to find answer was Krishna's appearance material or spiritual. We only have one option: go to Shastras. Now, what does Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna himself tell us about his appearance in Bhagavad Gita? Anyone knows? जन्म कर्म चमे दिव्यम। भगवान स्वयं कहते हैं मेरा जन्म, मेरा कर्म सब दिव्य है। इट इज नॉट भौतिक। बट दैट रियली डजंट हेल्प अस एनीथिंग। जस्ट टू से जन्म कर्म चमे दिव्यम, हाउ डू वी एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंड इट इज ट्रांसेंडेंटल? एंड टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ कृष्णा's appearance is transcendental, or how his birth is Swambhavami Atma Maya, for that we have to go to Srimad Bhagavatam. And that's where Srimad Bhagavatam gets into the details of appearance of Lord Shri Krishna. I'm going to refer to 4 to 5 verses. This is 10th canto, 3rd chapter, appearance of Krishna, verses 1 to 5. ये श्लोक पढ़ने में बड़े ही साधारण, there's nothing special would look like, but let's take a look at it. इसमें बहुत सारी विडंबनाएं और बहुत सारी कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस इन श्लोकों में उपस्थित किए गए हैं. Let's recite. Shri Shukavacha Atha Sarva Gunopetaha Kalaha Paramashobhanaha Yarhi Eva Jana Janmarksham Shantaraksha Grahatarakam. I will have to go into word to word meaning, तभी आपको ये थोड़ा समझ आएगा. Otherwise I'll get a little technical what is happening here and we'll miss it. So ataha, on the occasion of Lord's appearance, let's go one by one. Sarva, all around. Gunaupetaha, endowed with material attributes or facilities. तो ये बात होती है भगवान के जन्म के समय क्या हुआ? What happened in this whole creation? कहा गया है कालहा, it was a favorable time. Parama Shobhana, not Shobhana, Param, the most auspicious and very favorable from all point of view. All right. Yarahi, when? Eva, certainly. Ajana Janma Raksham. Let me just explain what this means. I'll be speaking a little bit about astrology today. There is a concept called as nakshatra, जिसको English में to some extent we call as constellation. And according to the science of astrology or Vedic understanding, जब हमारे नक्षत्र, जिस समय जो नक्षत्र था हमारा जन्म के समय, वो एक रहस्य की बात होती है, उसको पब्लिकली डिस्क्लोज नहीं किया जाता है. तो इसलिए सुखदेव गोस्वामी यहाँ भगवान श्री कृष्ण के जन्म के समय जो नक्षत्र था, अगर आप देखेंगे रोहिणी कहीं पे भी नहीं लिखा हुआ है. Indirectly he called that nakshatra as Rohini. How? Ajana Janma. One who is born from unborn. Who is that? Brahmaji. One who is born from unborn is Brahmaji. Janma Raksham. And the constellation that is identified via Brahmaji. That is called as Rohini Nakshatra. We'll come to this Rohini Nakshatra in a short while. Let's continue. Then Shanta Raksha. जितने भी कॉन्स्टलेशन नक्षत्र थे सब बहुत शांत थे. None of them was fierce or obstructive. They were all peaceful. ग्रहतारकम. और केवल यही नहीं, अलग अलग प्रकार के ग्रह. एक होता है नक्षत्र, एक होता है राशि. तो केवल नक्षत्र नहीं, राशि भी जो थी और अलग अलग के जो प्लैनेट्स थे, सब एक साथ आके बड़े ही शांत थे. Let me tell you the translation, then we'll take a look at it. Srila Prabhupada's translation. Thereafter, at the auspicious time for the appearance of the Lord, the entire universe was surcharged with all the qualities of goodness, beauty, and peace. The constellation Rohini appeared, as did stars like Ashwini, and now the planets. The sun, the moon, and other stars and planets were very peaceful. And this verse speaks a lot of things here. सबसे पहले एक प्रश्न जो लोग उठाते हैं, अगर भगवान अजन्मे हैं, भगवान का कभी जन्म होता ही नहीं, भगवान केवल अपीयर होते हैं, तो फिर उनके अपीयरेंस के लिए देश और काल का उपयोग कैसे कर सकते हैं? लॉर्ड इज सत, लॉर्ड इज इटर्नल. We are asat in this material world. We means the body is asat. So we have a birthday. फलाना दिखाना डेट, मंथ एंड साल. परंतु जो व्यक्ति इटर्नल है, उस पे आप काल का प्रकोप कैसे लगा सकते हैं? एंड अगर वो काल के प्रकोप में आता है और हम कहते हैं फलाना ठिकाना तारीख को इतने समय में जन्मा, विच मीन्स ही इज अंडर द लॉज ऑफ मैटेरियल नेचर. इस सृष्टि के 5 नियम है: ईश्वर, जीवा, प्रकृति, काल, कर्म. कर्म के कारण जन्म होता है, काल के अनुसार आपको अपना कर्म फल मिलता है. चलो भगवान ने कर्म नहीं करा, वो तो हमने समझा दिया, परंतु भगवान का काल के अनुसार जन्म तो हुआ. ये कहना कि इस फलाना ठिकाना तिथि पे भगवान का जन्म हुआ है, then here comes a big question which all this call as Vedavata Ratha fellows, those who are learned but lack devotion. They raise this fundamental question: what is the difference between his appearance and our appearance? मेरी भी तो तिथि है, मेरे जन्म का भी तो नक्षत्र है. How is it different? And उसके लिए बहुत खूबसूरत बात हमारे आचार्य कहते हैं, और this particularly is by Srila Jiva Goswami. He explains, when we say भगवान इटर्नल है, भगवान का अपीयरेंस भी इटर्नल है. इट इज नॉट दैट भगवान 5000 साल पहले इस प्रकार इस तिथि और नक्षत्र में उनका आविर्भाव हुआ था. In fact, Lord is appearing even today and every moment in different universes. It was our good fortune that in this kalpa, Lord appeared, and we happen to appear just after 5000 years later in the same universe. पर भगवान का जन्म नित्य है, नॉट जन्म, अपीयरेंस, आविर्भाव नित्य है. तो दैट इज द फर्स्ट वे टू एड्रेस दिस काल का जो विडंबना है. दैट्स द फर्स्ट थिंग. ओके, लेट्स गो टू सेकंड थिंग. अब बात आती है कॉन्स्टलेशन की. नाउ हाउ डू वी अंडरस्टैंड कॉस्मिक और एस्ट्रो पोजिशन ड्यूरिंग द लॉर्ड्स अपीयरेंस? अगर आपने देखा होगा हमारे यहाँ तिथि होती है. आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव पेड अटेंशन टू दिस एस्पेक्ट ऑफ अ कैलेंडर. अगर आप महाभारत पढ़ेंगे तो आप उसमें देखेंगे, अब आई मीन इफ यू टेक अप एनी इतिहास, उसमें लिखा होता था कौन सी तिथि या कौन से नक्षत्र में या कौन से मुहूर्त में ये युद्ध की शुरुआत हुई. क्लियरली इज मेंशन व्हेन हमने अभी महाभारत का ड्रामा करा था. वी डिडंट गो इनटू द डिटेल्स ऑफ इट, बट महाभारत वेरी क्लियरली मेंशंस किस नक्षत्र या किस समय में भगवान, नॉट समय मीन्स 4 PM or 3 PM. The time was measured according to the position of the constellation, and that's how we can go back and figure it out. What was the time? How long ago it happened? It's a mathematics which continues on by the measurement of this positions of constellation. Now, what is this nakshatra or what is this constellation? Okay, how do I go? Okay, let me pay attention to the question and I'll come back to it. How do we understand the astro position during Lord's appearance? So the point I'm trying to make here is, जैसे कि आप में से कितने लोग हैं आपके माता पिता ने आपके जन्म के उपरांत जन्म पत्री बनवाई होगी? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू? व्हाट इज दैट जन्म पत्री? आई विल गिव यू वन एग्जांपल ऑफ जन्म पत्री दैट कम्स इन फर्स्ट कैंटो श्रीमद् भागवतम। और जन्म पत्री बनी थी परीक्षित महाराज की। जब परीक्षित का जन्म हुआ था, युधिष्ठिर महाराज called his pandits or brahmanas, and he asked, and this is repeated in Bhagavatam, many stories, and he asked the sages, can you please tell, looking at his time of birth, please prepare his birth chart and please tell about his future events. Which means at the time of birth, जब व्यक्ति का जन्म होता है, the position of the constellations, जिसको संस्कृत में नक्षत्र कहते हैं, या जो राशि उस समय निर्धारित होती है, that tells what kind of karmic reactions you are going to get into this life. केवल वही नहीं, उस पोजीशंस के अनुसार, कॉस्मिक एंटिटीज के अनुसार आपका हाव एंड भाव, उस प्रकार से सब पता चलता है. I'll come to it. Let's take a look at again what the verse said. वर्ष में कहा गया है, the constellation Rohini appeared and did stars like Ashwini, the sun, the moon and other stars and planets were very peaceful. तो भाई हमारे जन्म के समय कॉन्स्टलेशन होता है, वो सब देखा जाता है क्योंकि उसके माध्यम से हमें कर्म फल मिलता है. So is Lord bound by the laws of astrology? या constellation has to be there? पर अब जब भगवान इस सृष्टि में आए हैं, ये सब तो होना ही है. काल कोई ना कोई समय तो होगा ही. अब भगवान आए हैं तो ऐसे तो है नहीं कि सारे सारे तारे भाग जाएंगे. कोई ना कोई तो पोजीशन में रहेंगे, किसी न किसी फॉर्म में तो रहेंगे. अब नाउ इफ लॉर्ड हैज टू अपीयर, it has to be everything best. And that is how the Rohini Nakshatra is defined. I'll go more into when we talk about Ashtami here, like this. So let's take a look. Let me first get in a little bit of astrology, what happens. So as I was saying, according to Vedic science, our birth chart, which is made based on the position of the stars and the planets, can tell us a lot about the personality and the things that we're going to do in our life. हमारी पर्सनालिटी कैसी होगी. आपके माता पिता ने आपके विवाह के समय कितने लोगों ने चार्ट मिलाया था? You know there are different situations. Then there is a concept of muhurata, right muhurata, and all that is found from this astrological calculation. उसमें बात आती है नक्षत्र की. Now when we talk about astrology, it's a huge subject matter. There are many things into it, but let's talk about nakshatra. There are two things, nakshatra and rashi. कुछ लोग नक्षत्र के अनुसार बात करते हैं, कुछ राशि के अनुसार, but prominent is nakshatra. What is nakshatra constellation? Do you see this? This is the most famous. बचपन में सभी ने देखा होगा, हर रात को दिखता था ये. This is called as सप्तऋषि. इस प्रकार से anyone knows how many nakshatra are there? There are 27 nakshatra. And in 27 nakshatra को 3 divisions में बांटा जाता है. We'll come to that. Now these nakshatra, at the time of your birth, whatever nakshatra is there, just like you go and work in an office, and at the end of the month, in your bank account, you get a salary. In one way, it is mystical, na? On the first or probably first or the 31st, you check your bank balance, and suddenly your bank balance have been upgraded by X amount of your salary, isn't it? Now, because you're conscious, because you know that at the end of the month I'll get salary, and you're very conscious to pay attention to it. The question is, how do you get karmic reactions? Karmana daiva naitrina, when it is said, our karmic reactions, these stars, these nakshatras, these are the safe houses for our karmic reactions. And from them, all through our life, our karmic reactions, according to Kal Chakra, we keep getting. That is called as prarabdha karma. Okay. Now, what are the nakshatra categories? There are 3 categories. देवगण, तो 3 कैटेगरी में बताया गया. एक होता है देवगण, एक होता है मनुष्यगण, और तीसरा होता है राक्षस गण. कितनों को याद है अपने गुण या गण, जैसे भी कहना चाहें? मैं नहीं पूछूंगा कौन सा था आपका. अगर बाई चांस आपका राक्षस गुण था, गण था, इट डज नॉट मीन यू आर अ डीमन. लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यू व्हाट दिस मीन. हम लोग इसको बड़े ग्रॉस फॉर्म में ले लेते हैं. देव गुण और देवगण का मतलब होता है कल्चर्ड एंड रिफाइंड, very soft spoken, humble, those kind of qualities by birth such a person will have. Now manushya gan का मतलब क्या है? थोड़ा gross, selfish, in that kind of a thing. And जो राक्षस गुण है, it was too uncultured, no mannerism. जब बच्चे बदतमीजी बदमाशी करते हैं, बिल्कुल राक्षस जैसा हो गया है. Something like people say different things. So it's about behavior. And if you see, all of the behavior that we have is again based on our karma. I've made this point before also. If somebody is humble, it's not necessarily it's a gift of his bhakti. It is his gift of his karmic account balance. It's very difficult at a neophyte stage to look at a Vaishnava and understand, oh, he's humble, bhakti. No, that's not necessary. It takes a lot of realization about life to understand वो व्यक्ति जो कृत कर रहा है, व्यवहार कर रहा है, वह भक्ति के परिवर्तन के द्वारा हुआ है या वह अपने कर्मों के बंधन से, उसकी जो कंडीशनिंग है, उसके जो गुण है, इस प्रकार से वह व्यवहार करें. Nonetheless, this is the way, and these three things define our personalities and so many things, and this is what we refer to. And how this nakshatra is used, they use in birth chart, personal traits, मुहूर्त निकालने में, we have marriage occasions, what not. अब इस श्लोक में श्रील जीव गोस्वामी कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग बात कहते हैं. दिस वाज जस्ट लिटिल इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ दिस कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ नक्षत्र एंड स्टार्स. जीव गोस्वामी कहते हैं, ऑन अ डे व्हेन द मून वाज, सो व्हाट हैपेंस, ये जो नक्षत्र होते हैं, मून traverses across all this nakshatra, and it has a movement duration of 28 days, and there is some 2.3 days it spans across different nakshatra, like that it has some calculation. So here Jiva Goswami says, on a day when the moon was in Rohini constellation, and all constellations were devoid of bad aspects from malefic planets. Since the malefic planets had given up their evil nature, Krishna was born. कहने का मतलब क्या है? I have it in this. I'll explain it. I'll quote Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. I'll explain that. Let me just talk about. Let me complete Jiva Goswami and then come to Vishnu Chakravarti. Now next thing, Srila Jiva Goswami इसी श्लोक के बारे में बात करते हैं चंद्रमा की पोजीशन को लेकर. चंद्रमा के दो पाथ होते हैं. इंग्लिश में कहते हैं waxing moon and waning moon. According to science of astrology, waxing moon means the moon is growing. Waning means is the moon is reducing. अगर आपको कुछ भी कार्य करना है, it should be done in the waxing time, 15 days, not in the waning time. All right? Now Jiva Goswami says, भगवान का जन्म कब हुआ था? When was Krishna born? Krishna was born on Ashtami. It was the 8th tithi of the waning phase of the moon on Wednesday, with the moon in Rohini constellation. Very inauspicious. He was born on a very inauspicious day. Chandrama was not waxing. Chandrama was not growing. Chandrama was fading, waning. But along with that, the moon was in Rohini constellation and there were many planets. In the 14th chapter, you know about the modes of material nature. And we learn about how all the three modes of nature fight with each other to take precedence. Similarly, if you go and take a look at your chart, generally there will be 1 or 2 planets at a given point of time in your chart. But if you have multiple planets, which means Dhamasan Yudh, because all of them going to fight with each other, and many of them have a very contrary nature. And here this verse, Sukdev Goswami says, all the planets were present all together, every one of them peaceful, and everyone was exhibiting their full strength. What it means, let me talk about it. What is Ashtami? 2 अष्टमी होती हैं. भारत में 2 अष्टमी का बहुत महत्व है. एक तो नवरात्रि में आएगा, राइट, और दूसरा होता है अष्टमी, जन्माष्टमी वाला जो होता है. One is शुक्ला पक्ष अष्टमी, the 8th day, that is the waxing moon. वो आपके नवरात्रों के समय आता है, राइट, mothers would know of this. एंड दूसरा होता है कृष्ण पक्ष अष्टमी. ये होता है वेनिंग मून, विच मीन्स जब भगवान का अवतार हुआ. Now it's interesting because Krishna appeared in the lunar dynasty also, but that's a side point about it. Ashtami, how many, I don't know, Prabhus would know of it. Traditionally, पुरुष कोई व्रत कुछ नहीं रखता था, तो उसको तो आइडिया नहीं होगा इन चीजों का. How many ladies here would do fasting on Ashtami? Interestingly, and which, both the Ashtamis or one Ashtami? Interestingly, both Ashtami. One Ashtami is not even auspicious. That Ashtami which is called as Krishna Paksha Ashtami, वो ऑस्पिशियस इसलिए हो गई क्योंकि भगवान अवतरित हुए थे. अभी मैं उसमें बाद में आऊंगा कैसे ऑस्पिशियस हुई, बट लेट्स टेक अ लुक एट द कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन. Let's talk about the contradiction about moon. And what was the contradiction about the moon? The moon was fading. What time Krishna appeared? Krishna appeared at 12 o'clock in the night. But when Krishna appeared, suddenly the moon was a full moon night. It has never ever happened in the history when the moon is waning, suddenly it will turn into a full moon. This proves Krishna's Swarat. Sambhavami Atma Maya. Sab Maya Adhikshena Prakriti Suyate. The way he wants. So it is not contradiction in Krishna's birth, not contradiction in Krishna's pastimes. Even before he appeared, everything was contradictory. Nature mein. But because we look at the external birth, because he was born, he had a parent, he was born in a human form like us, we forget what happened with the nature at that point in time. We are talking about that. So contradiction about moon, the point was, Srila Vishnunath Chakravarti Thakur writes, at this time also the other nakshatras such as Ashwini. Oh, by the way, I told you, right? Nakshatra means Naksha and Tara. Naksha means map. And Tara means combination of map making a particular formulation. This is called as nakshatra. And like this, there are 27 and sometimes 28 nakshatra are considered. At this time also the other nakshatras such as Ashwini, the planets such as the sun, stars, all assumed a peaceful state. You cannot have all the planets, you know Jupiter, Brahaspati, then you have Shukracharya. Can you bring them together on the same table? बाल खींच लेंगे एक दूसरे के. एक असुरों का गुरु है और एक देवताओं का गुरु है, सब साथ में आ गए. To help you understand, to give you an analogy, some of you, those who have been reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, we know this very famous pastime of what is that? Jharkhand forest. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu walked through that forest, the lions and the deers were hugging each other. All contradictions reconcile only in the form of the Lord. It is not possible for a Jivatma. And now similarly, all the planets who are in fact entirely opposite to each other, they're on the same table and they're totally peaceful. But they're not only peaceful. Peaceful is Om Shanti Shanti, that is Brahmanvadi. They're exhibiting something else. What? Krishna was born at midnight with these auspicious arrangements. Elsewhere it is said, the moon, these are different planets, Mercury, Saturn, Mars was situated, these are Rashis now, Taurus, Virgo, Libra, Capricorn respectively. The birth of Krishna in the year of Vishvasu, Jupiter's 39th year, satisfying the universe, was endowed with excellent beauty. So it was not only peaceful, it was endowed with excellent beauty. चलो आपने सुलह कर ली, चलो भगवान आ रहे हैं, 5 मिनट के लिए शांत बैठ जाते हैं, कुछ नहीं करेंगे. No, it's not about शांत बैठना. They were exhibiting their majesty. What is the point? Let me tell you. So in conventional astrology, the strength of a planet, every planet in your horoscope, whichever planet, is, अगर आपने कभी किसी एस्ट्रोलॉजर से बात करा तो वो बोलेंगे कि फलाना ढिकाना प्लैनेट आपकी स्थिति में भारी है, which means stronger, which means now it will produces a result. For example, Jupiter means wealth, which means now you will get wealth. Venus means beauty, which means if Venus is strong, then you would have the experience of beauty or you will have physical beauty and all. But कहा जाता है जब Venus weak है, which means you will struggle with physical beauty, like that. So in conventional, so कहा गया है, to give an example, Jupiter when strong, it brings wealth, Venus means beauty, Sun means energy. और यहाँ कहा गया है जब भगवान appear हुए, then all these planets were together and they were exhibiting their full strength, which is something which can never happen, have never occurred. It can only happen when the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just like I remember when the president of a country on those days, Pranab Chaudhary, Mukherjee, sorry, I changed his surname only. Pranab Mukherjee had come to our NVCC temple because the president is coming. And we had a whole day festival. Some of us have not slept for 3 to 4 days altogether. Finally, at the end of the day, next day is president supposed to come और हमें बोल दिया गया था सबके सब बाहर निकलो यहाँ से, कोई मंदिर में नहीं रुकेगा. तो हमने सोचा चलो ठीक है सेवा खत्म अब सोएंगे. It was 2:30 in the night. After finishing of the whole day, we were sitting together and we were like, ah, तपस्या खत्म हुई. And we were just like, अब हम जाके सो सकते हैं. तभी उस समय रामानंद प्रभु थे. He was the temple commander. He came looking for कौन सी जीवात्माएं, प्रेतात्माएं अभी भी जीवित हैं. And he saw the light of our dormitory was open. He opened the door. अच्छा तुम लोग हो, चलो. कहाँ चलो? कल प्रेसिडेंट आ रहे हैं और इतना इतना फंक्शन हुआ है पूरे मंदिर में, पूरे कैंपस में, हर जगह फूल ही फूल फैले हुए हैं. President cannot come unless the temple is neat and clean entirely. मैं कहा मजाक कर रहे हो? कोई गैलरी साफ करने को कहता तो समझ भी आते. 6 एकड़ का कैंपस साफ करना है, पागल हो गए क्या? बोले उठो सब. And we all had to get up. And all of us next morning 8 बजे तक हम झाड़ू ही लगा रहे थे पूरे कैंपस में. But the point I'm trying to make here is the president is coming. We were forced to make it the best and the most auspicious. Imagine when Krishna is going to come, would all the constellation, all the rashis, all the planets, they will not shanti shanti, they will be majestic. And that is what the first verse of this third chapter says. This is just the beginning. अभी तो बहुत को सारी contradiction आएंगी. Then आगे सुखदेव गोस्वामी says, दिशा प्रसेदो गगनम निर्मलोदो गणोदयम महिमंगला भूयिष्ठा पुरग्रामा व्रजाकरा. Well, again, take a look word to word where we get it. तभी ये constellations, planets, ये this is outside of our environment. उसकी बात हुई. Let's come to our environment. दिशा, all directions. Prasedu, appeared very auspicious and peaceful. Gaganam, all of outer space or the sky. Okay. Nirmala Udu Ganatyam, in which all the auspicious stars were visible. Okay. Mahi, the earth. Mangala Bhuishta Puragrama Vraja Akaraha, whose many cities, towns, pasturing grounds, and mines became auspicious, very neat and clean. In other words, भगवान के अवतार लेने से पहले ये पूरी धरती जो थी, it became auspicious. Well, planet Earth cannot be auspicious because it was ruled by Kamsa. At that point of time, planet Earth was most inauspicious. There is no question of cleanliness because that time planet Earth was blood stained because Kamsa had killed hundreds and thousands of innocent civilians. So how can you talk about cleanliness? But भगवान के अवतार होने से पहले, अवतरित होने से पहले, ये पूरी सृष्टि, ये पूरी धरती पूरी स्वच्छ और धरती भी पावन भूमि बन जाती है. Okay. Third verse. Nadaya prasana salila hirda jalaruh shriyaha द्विजाली कुलसन्ना सत्वका वनराजया. कहा गया है नदयः, the rivers, prasanna shalilaha, the waters became clear. Hridaha, the lake, Jalaruh Shriha, appeared very beautiful because of blooming lotuses all around. Dvij Ali Kulasanna Satvakaha, the birds, cuckoos, the bees began to chant in sweet voices as if praying to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now there's something interesting. Vanarajayaha, वनराज्य मीन्स द फॉरेस्ट, द ग्रीन ट्रीज एंड प्लैनेट्स. सो यहाँ पे बात करा गया नदियाँ मीन्स नदी, उसके बाद बात करेंगे ये फ्लावर्स, उसके बाद बात करेंगे ये ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ बर्ड्स पर्टिकुलरली हमिंग बीज, एंड फाइनली फॉरेस्ट. सो कहा गया है जब भगवान अवतरित हुए, all the water bodies became clean and purified. The clean water, which means again auspiciousness. You know, this is how we understand things. जैसे आज नदी का पानी इतना दूषित हो गया, this is just an indication that how things are becoming more and more inauspicious. The water became completely pure, but that's a contradiction. क्यों? भगवान का जन्म मॉनसून सीजन में हुआ था. मॉनसून सीजन में सब कुछ दूषित हो जाता है, मडी हो जाता है. जब सब कुछ मडी हो जाता है तो शुद्ध कैसे हो गया? दिस इज फर्स्ट कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन. हो गया मतलब भगवान है इसलिए तो हुआ है. आप आते तो पता भी नहीं चलता किसी को, पर भगवान है इसलिए शुद्ध हुआ. ठीक है. फिर फ्लावर्स कहा गया लोटसेस वर ब्लॉसमिंग. कमल कब खिलता है? कमल कब खिलता है? दिन में, रात में? दिन में. भगवान का जन्म कब हुआ? रात को 12 बजे कमल खिल रहे थे. सो ईश्वर का जन्म हुआ है, भगवान का जन्म हुआ है. Even the lotuses, and even not lotuses, even those flowers which are seasonal, even they were blossoming to welcome Krishna. This is called as Janma Karma Chame Transcendental. Okay. केवल यही नहीं, the cuckoos, the bees, they were humming. भाई कब हमिंग करते हैं? When do cuckoos sing? दिन में ना, रात को तो सो जाते हैं. रात को हल्ला मचाने वाली चिड़िया का नाम क्या है? आउल. पर रात को 12 बजे मधुमक्खियां, cuckoos, they're singing and then humming. It's a contradiction. Why? Because this is Divyam. Then forest. Now, there are different seasons. There's an autumn season. You can call summer season followed by monsoon. There is a winter. There is a spring. When is the forest in its complete majesty? It's a spring season. It's a birth. You get new leaves, new flowers, not the monsoon season. And in the monsoon season, every plant, every tree was blossoming as if fresh and entirely pure. Like this, Sukadeva Goswami explained how the material nature were welcoming Supreme Personality of Godhead. Text number 4. Vavo vayu sukha sparshaha punya gandha vaha suchihi agnayascha jatinam shanta tatra samandata. Vavo, blue, vayu, the breeze, shukha sparshaha, very pleasing to the touch. तो उस समय ऐसी कोमल सी हवा चलने लगी. The monsoon season is always accompanied by thunderstorm and windstorm. Pleasing को तो छोड़ो, खिड़की पे ज्यादा देर खड़े रहे तो पत्ते की तरह उड़ा के ले जाएगी. इंडिया में ऐसा नहीं होता, वेस्ट में बहुत भयानक तूफान आता है. तो मानसून सीजन में तूफान आता है, तूफान छोड़ो. Now wind is very calmly blowing. Okay. Punyagandhavaha. Or keval is not blowing, is carrying the fragrance of all those seasonal, non-seasonal flowers that are blooming to welcome Krishna, and is carrying the fragrance of those flowers. Suchihi, without pollution by dust. Now बारिश के मौसम में जब आंधी आती है तो धूली फैलती है. हवा उड़ रही थी, सुगंधित, पर हल्की भी धूल मिट्टी नहीं थी. Agnihacha, and the fire at the places of sacrifice, Dvijatinam, of the Brahmanas. जो अग्नि बुझ चुकी थी या कंस के द्वारा बुझाई जा चुकी थी ब्राह्मणों पर अत्याचार करने के कारण, आज वे अपने आप प्रज्वलित हो जाती है. शांतः, undisturbed, steady, calm and quiet. Tatra, there, Samandata, blazed. कहने का तात्पर्य है ब्राह्मण जो इतने समय से विचलित थे कंस के अत्याचार के द्वारा या कारण, जिनके जीवन पर हानि थी, पता नहीं था कि कब कंस की सेना उन पर हमला करके उनको मार दे, जो नित्य भय में रहा करते थे, आज के दिन कुछ ऐसा हुआ, उनका दुखी मन बिल्कुल शांत हो गया। They became fearless. They became calm and composed, and with full confidence, they lighted the fire and they could chant the mantras. And the last verse for today. Manam siyasam prasannani sadhunam asuradruham jayamane ajane tasmin nedo dundho bhayasamam. अब बताया गया है भगवान के अवतार के समय देवता लोग दुंदुभी ड्रम्स बजा रहे थे. The minds of the Brahmanas became peaceful. The Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas, जो कंस के द्वारा जिनको पीड़ा पहुंचाई गई थी, they all became fearless. जयमाने, क्यों? क्योंकि भगवान के जन्म लेने के कारण. अजने, अजने means अजना, again unborn, that is Lord Vishnu. तस्मिन, in that situation, क्यों? क्योंकि उस रात, उस अष्टमी के दिन कृष्ण का जन्म होना था. Everything in this creation became auspicious, contradictory to its nature. जो नहीं होना था नेचर के अनुसार, नेचर के परे सब कुछ ऑस्पिशियस हो गया. यहां तक कि उस कंस की इतने पीड़ा देने के बाद पृथ्वी जो इतनी दुखी थी, क्योंकि भूदेवी ने ही जाके भगवान से प्रार्थना करी थी कि आप अवतार लीजिए, आज वह भी पूर्णतः खुश हो चुकी है, समृद्धि प्राप्त कर चुकी है. नेदुहु दुंदुभिया समम. उस प्रकार से स्वर्ग में भगवान के अवतार या भगवान के जन्म के समय को देखते हुए सभी देवगण भजन कर रहे थे. और दुंदुभी मतलब दे वर सिंगिंग एंड डांसिंग लाइक दिस. इन अदर वर्ड्स, जब भगवान कहते हैं जन्म कर्मा चमे दिव्यम एवं युवेति तत्वतः, मेरा जन्म, मेरा कर्म सब दिव्य है, इसको व्यक्ति अपनी समझ से कभी नहीं जान सकता. एंड हाउ कैन वी आंसर दिस, हाउ कैन वी अंडरस्टैंड दैट लॉर्ड्स बर्थ एक्टिविटी इज डिवाइन एंड इट्स नॉट लाइक अस. भगवान का जन्म हुआ है फिर भी वह अनबॉर्न है. भगवान कर्म करते हैं फिर भी कर्म फल नहीं मिलते. क्रिया हमारी समान है, हमारे जैसा सब कुछ दिखता है, फिर भी वो हमारे समान नहीं है. जब भगवान कहते हैं दिव्य है, क्यों दिव्य है, उसका उदाहरण सुखदेव गोस्वामी के द्वारा इस श्लोक श्रृंखला में प्रकट किया गया है कि कैसे पूरा का पूरा वातावरण, पूरी की पूरी प्रकृति अपने हाव भाव से बदल जाती है और भगवान का स्वागत करने के लिए तैयार हो जाती है. चाहे वह मून की पोजीशन हो, कॉन्स्टलेशन हो, चाहे अलग अलग प्लैनेट्स हो, सब एक साथ आकर भगवान का स्वागत करने के लिए खड़े. तो ये प्रूव करता है जब भगवान कहते हैं मया अध्यक्षेन प्रकृति सूयते सा चराचरम, यह प्रकृति मेरे आदेश के अनुसार चलती है, मेरे अधीन है. तो वही अधीन आज भगवान का स्वागत करने के लिए उसने अपने अंदर पूर्णतः परिवर्तन लाकर भगवान का स्वागत किया. Now with this as a background and with this as an understanding, जब भगवान के अवतार के समय सब कुछ बदल गया था, वातावरण बदल चुका था इत्यादि, हम समझ सकते हैं जो हुआ था वह दिव्य था, वह कोई साधारण नहीं था. And like that, Lord Shri Krishna appeared. And that Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and from that Krishna appears Srimati Radharani. Now, to understand Srimati Radharani is important for us to understand, first of all, Krishna. If we consider Krishna to be like us, an ordinary human being, how would we ever be able to understand who is Srimati Radharani? So, because I got this opportunity to speak before Radhashtami, or I got 1 week, so I thought, why don't we speak about how Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is everything transcendental, beyond the modes. And now when we'll talk about Srimati Radharani, now we'll be able to a little bit appreciate and understand who she is, first of all, and secondly, why nobody talks about her. Nobody means I'm not talking to you and I. Nobody means why the scriptures don't talk about her. And we'll also talk about the history of revelation of Srimati Radharani. Since when Radharani became known to us? When Vajranabhji established the pastime Leela Sthalis of Vrindavan, there was not even a single deity of Radharani was established. Which means Radharani was not known to the mankind only. आज लोग राधे राधे करके बड़ी सरलता से चले जाते हैं. वह राधे राधे जिसको सुखदेव गोस्वामी who is a personal parrot of Srimati Radharani, he even himself did not call her name, is so confidential, so auspicious. So easily and cheaply today we call out her name, as if she is our next door neighbor or something like that. And Sukhdev Goswami, with his sense of utmost respect, he chose not to call her name in a public assembly and indirectly referred Srimati Radharani as Aradhati. So today we spoke about Krishna's appearance. Next time we'll speak from Bhagavatam, the verse that talks about Srimati Radharani's appearance. But actually doesn't talk directly, but when you look into the depth of the meaning of it, then it talks about that how this verse also talks about how Sukadeva Goswami actually talks about the birth of Srimati Radharani. So when we meet next time, we'll try to look into it, how and when Srimati Radharani became known to all of us, and how should we really approach Srimati Radharani. And the last but not the least, we say Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyajimam Namaskaru. This is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. The essence and the essence of all is Manmana. Always think of Satatam. What is that? Sadam Kirtayantamam. Not that one. What is that? Yena Tena Prakarena. By hook and crook, always remember Krishna. That we call as an essence. If that is the essence of all, then what is the essence of Krishna's manifestation? The essence of Krishna's manifestation is Srimati Radharani. And it's a very, very sacred subject matter, not to be taken lightly. Anyways, we'll spend some time tomorrow on this. So this was it on today, celebrating appearance of Krishna, some thoughts, understanding the meaning of the word divinity. And sorry if I bored you with so much philosophy, so much technicalities. So we'll end a little bit on a sweeter note. We'll sing a song celebrating Krishna's appearance. All right? So can we have a Madanga team ready? And somebody would have to manage the slide deck. Yashomati Nandana Brajabaranagara Yashomati Nandana Brajabaranagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Gopi Paranadhana Madana Manohara Gopi Paranadhana Madana Manohara Kaliya Damana Vidhana Kaliya Damana Vidhana Yashomati Nandana Brajabaranagara यशुमती नंदन ब्रजवर नागरा गोकुल रंजन काना गोकुल रंजन काना अमल हरिना अमय विलासा अमल हरिना अमय विलासा विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नगर बुरा विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नगर बुरा वंशी बदन सुवासा वंशी बदन सुवासा यशुमती नंदन ब्रजवर नागरा गोकुल रंजन काना ब्रज जन पालन असकुल नाशना नंद गोधन रखवाला नंद गोधन रखवाला गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कारा गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कारा सुंदर नंद गोपाला सुंदर नंद गोपाला यशोमती नंदन ब्रजवर नागरा यशोमती नंदन ब्रजवर नागरा गोकुल रंजन काना Jamuna Tatchara Gopi Pasanahara Jamuna Tatchara Gopi Pasanahara Rasarasika Kripa Moya Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natvara Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natvara Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natvara Bhakti Vinodashraya Bhakti Vinodashraya Yashmati Nandana Brajavara Nagara Yashmati Nandana Brajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Gokula Ranjana Kana Nitya Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitya Gaur Hari Bol Nitya Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitya Gaur Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Shri Krishna Janmashtami ki jai. That was the topic, so therefore we said Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki.
आपने जैसे कहा कि जैसे कृष्ण भगवान बॉर्न हुए
Appear.
अपीयर हुए द सेम वे राधा ऑल्सो अपीयर
Appeared.
राइट तो उनके लिए भी सेम मतलब स्टार्स एंड एवरीथिंग केम टुगेदर राइट
वो अगले हफ्ते बताते हैं.
ये सस्पेंस से मैं सो नहीं पाऊंगी
It's good. You'll remember Srimati Radharani is good only. Anything else?
नहीं यही सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन था
उस रहस्य को बनाए रखें अगले सत्र तक.
थैंक यू
Hare Krishna. Anything else on this subject matter? Yes.
So Prabhuji जैसे हमने डिस्कस किया कि when Lord appeared on the earth, so ऐसी ऐसी conditions थी. So Lord has taken so many avatars. So whenever he appears, whenever he takes his avatar, so that kind of conditions get repeated, or is it different in case of Lord Shri Krishna?
Well, it has to be there for all the incarnations, but at least in Bhagavatam, it is mentioned clearly for Lord Shri Krishna. although Srimad Bhagavatam talks about many different avatars, these details have not been mentioned. And the reason for it is, um, first of all, Srimad Bhagavatam is mainly focusing on Lord Shri Krishna, where it goes in details about his life and pastimes like that. And therefore, it's very important because his activities, you will not find somebody saying that, Lord Nrsimhadev, your act of killing Hiranyakashipu was so bewildering. How can a Lord kill somebody? There's no question like that. Of course, Yudhishthira Maharaj raised a question, is God partial? That's a different thing. But there was no doubt on the divinity of the Lord. But when it comes to Krishna, therefore, in the beginning of the presentation, I made some points about Lord Ram because we know something about Lord Ram. Even his appearance was not common, it was uncommon. It was born as a result of yajna. In case of Krishna, it wasn't like that. He appeared as if almost as if we all have appeared. So there to help us understand. So more or less, if you take a look at it, I kind of gave a little more elaboration on what is chapter 4, verse number 11. Now, when Krishna says Janma Karma Chame Divyam, it's transcendental. And Sukadeva Goswami explained what was transcendental means. That how two ways to look at transcendental. You may say, Prabhuji, things were still happening within this creation, so how it can be transcendental? Point is, when Krishna says Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti, which means it is adhin to me, and that becomes self-evident, or that becomes evident when Krishna appears. How everything changed its course, natural course, just like a second canto, it is said, Ayur Harati Vaipumsan, Udyan Astam Chayanasam. Udyan Astam Chayanasam. With the rising and the setting of the sun, the time is destroying everything. But that's not the case. The time, although it was inauspicious, the time became auspicious. Everything became auspicious. And to help you understand, I gave an example of president coming to a temple. We were forced to do it. Why? President is coming. Maya Dakshina Prakriti, because we all are subjects. So we have to do it. And like that, it became very evident when Krishna's appeared. The lotus is blooming at the midnight, the water becoming pure, the breeze becoming more calm and peaceful. Monsoon season is not accompanied by any of these factors. So like that, for other avatars, generally, hardly there is a doubt about, as doubts are raised about Krishna because of his contradictory activities. And why Krishna performs such contradictory activities, why he takes a vow and breaks a vow, why he has Parakyaras along with Swakyaras also, because to prove he is fully independent. Lord Ram was bound by the promise of Ekpatni Vrata. But Krishna said, no. To prove Swarat, you cannot be bound by any conditions. Ram was bound, but not Krishna. So that proves Krishna's Swarat. Etecham Sakalapamsa, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. This proves Krishna, past tense proves Krishna is a Supreme Personality Godhead. Like that. All right.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have just one question. Like, as you said that कृष्ण भगवान जो थे उन्होंने वचनों को तोड़ा था, राइट? बिकॉज ही वॉज भगवान, मतलब
उन्होंने?
जो आई मीन कुछ कुछ वचनों को उन्होंने तोड़ा था।
Vachan.
हाँ, तो वो तो भगवान, तो उनको कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज एंड ऑल एवरीथिंग सब कुछ पता था। ही न्यू एवरीथिंग, बट एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग हाउ शुड वी रियलाइज कि हमें कब फॉलो करना है और कब तोड़ना है वचनों को?
Yeah, very valid question. Mahajano yena gatha sapantah. Dharmasya tattvam. Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam. Mahajano yena gatha sapantah. This actually this verse starts with tarako pratishtha shrutaya vibhinna. Tarako pratishtha shrutaya vibhinna. And the verse goes on, which says shrutaya vibhinna. Shruta means shastra. Vibhinna. Those who are learned people, they derive different understandings. In fact, you will not be called a pandita if you cannot have a different opinion. And that's what you will see when the debate should happen. It will be like, how can you provide an alternative meaning, different meaning? This is how the things would happen. So Shastra is so vast, and on that we have people giving different opinions. So how do we understand what is right, what is not? In terms of what is the right course of action is precisely a question. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat paritam na vai vidho rishyo na api deva. So dharma ki sthapna bhagwan ke dwara hoti hai. Dharma means what is right and what is wrong. The knowledge is given by the Lord. Kya karna hai, kya nahi karna hai. But how do we understand what Lord wants us to do? That we understand Mahajana. Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam. The tattva, the secret of dharma, nihitam is hidden. Guhayam, guha means heart, is hidden within the heart of Mahajano yena gata sapanta. So we can learn it from Mahajanas. And who's that one Mahajan who's available for us? Is Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is available through us, through his books, through his lectures. So to understand what is right and wrong, it's not a question of just getting to know if it is a red signal, green signal, or whatever the signal is there, what to do. Because that is only one segment of your life. Life will bring forward so many different situations. So we have to be always in a learning mode. There can never be any situation when any one of us can say, even if you have memorized all the shlokas or all the scriptures, even then you cannot say. First of all, memorizing and knowing is two different things, which means memorizing and realizing is two different things. So, Mahajano Yena Gatha Sapanta, those people who have understood Dharma, only they can tell us what is right and wrong. And for all of us, we have access to such Mahajan, Srila Prabhupada. And if you want to understand what is right, what is wrong, please read Prabhupada books. And gradually we will understand. You have grown to become a 25-year-old, 28-year-old girl, whatever it is now. But whatever you are today, and whatever you know what is immoral and immoral, to understand that moral and immoral, you went through almost 16, 18 years of training. What was moral for you when you were 4-year-old? You'll put anything from the ground in your mouth. When you were 7-year-old, it was immoral. When you were 8-year-old, holding a hand of a boy was moral. The moment you turned 13-year-old, it was immoral. So as you're growing, your understanding of moral immoral increases, and you spend good amount of time just to understand few things in this world which have been established by the laws of this world made by men. But to understand exactly what is right, what is wrong, you have to give some time.
But in that case, like suppose I'm 28, I'm still not aware of what needs to be done at 28. Maybe I'll be aware at 40 what needs to be done.
At least good, you're becoming aware by 40, rather than living a life not knowing, living an ignorant life. Now, Prabhupada would often say this. This is one of the very famous statements of Prabhupada. Make the best use of bad bargain. This is a bad bargain. We lost an opportunity, we wasted so much time. But we can make the best use of it. Can we start today? So we should forget about the past, regretting it. If we now regret on the opportunities which we missed, in future also you will regret the opportunities you missed today. So don't do that. Don't regret in the future. What has been done is done. Now take an opportunity. How much time it takes? I mean, I was making a point in our leadership forum today morning. We started with Evolve Pune, and Evolve Pune became known all around for creating a different forums of reading Prabhupada books. Now, because my life has got busy, I'm not keeping much track of what's happening. I don't know what's happening, how many of our reading groups were going on. There was a time when every member of community every day was reading half an hour to 45 minutes to 1 hour. Everyone used to do it. I don't know what's happening because the things have increased at my end and others have not been able to take those responsibility. But I'm really looking at ways to start. Create a forum for all of you where you can come together because reading by yourself will be very challenging. Mind will distract. But if a forum has been created of like-minded people, Sangha, it'll become easy. You'll feel a sense of accountability. And we got to do it. Got to do it. You'll get to hear in some time. It's tied up until Radha Ashmi. Prior to that, I'll get some time and I'll definitely announce some forums for that. And it's up to you what you wish to do with it. Continue with your life or take advantage and become part of association. That's it. That's Sangha, good Sangha. Okay?
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.